Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third and final round, back nine action of the 2023 Music City Open, presented by Lone Star Disc. Stop 4 of 15 on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and this is it. This is where the buck stops here, man. We've got 9 holes left in this tournament, and it's heating up pretty good. We got some great players in the mix. We got one Anthony Barela on the lead card, tied right now with Calvin Heimberg at 19 under par. He is trailed very closely by Chris Dickerson, the Tennessee Wonder, the Limestone Laser, Mr. Robot Chicken himself. The guy is a Music City Open champion. Can he pull things together and start making some C2 putts in this back nine? We will see. What are we looking for here? What is the key to success for these guys right now, Paul?
Staying calm, making your putts. I mean, like you said earlier in the front nine, that back here, it gets a little easier. But that means you got to make your putts. Hole 10, par 3, 354. Start it right now. Hit the gap, get up there, give yourself a look, and knock it down.
This is a great birdie to get. It's just like the gap is just narrow enough, and there's just enough trouble to get into on the left and right side that a good drive here really feels rewarding. AB, slow drifter with the buzz. I mean, you just can't throw it any better. I guess you could throw it shorter. Wow.
That's just really good.
That's sick.
Knock that down.
Just 380 on a rope with a mid low. This is going to, well, if it's flattening out, it's wonderful. Oh, yeah.
It's so funny how kind of a worse looking shot is just so much better.
Yeah, that
you know, because that's what he's trying to do. That's a that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to turn it over, kind of burn it into the ground. That was a fairway driver.
Yeah.
So
Ez cannot afford many more birdie opportunities squandered. It's got to be some of the good stuff. Wow, look at that.
Don't see that very often.
You're out in dodgeball rules. That's the way that goes. Good recovery shot for Chris. That'll be a tap-in par, but a couple guys breathing fire down your throat and you come up with a missed drive. That does not feel good.
If they're breathing fire...
Don't think about it too much.
Okay.
Just let it go.
Okay. Yeah.
AB lets it go just too high. And that's got to really hurt, considering from the tee, he's got to be thinking, I'm parked.
Yeah. I might have played into it as well. I mean, back nines on these types of tournaments, the putter gets heavier or lighter.
Yeah,
in
this case, it got a lot lighter.
You understand what I'm saying? They get a little farther, thoughts get a little bit ahead, and it's just tougher to make putts, man.
Don't want to see a miss of any kind, but I think in some ways, a high miss for AB is a more confident miss. A lot of times we see him miss because he just goes low off the cage, Going high gives him maybe something to build off of. On to hole 11. This is the second easiest hole on the course. Got to get this one right now. 270 feet. Not much in the way here. Just 3 shelves of rocks that you just got to get on that top tier somehow and get your birdie and move on. Oh, Gannon, this is the hole he bogeyed in round 2. And once again, not the tee shot he was looking for. Still very makeable. Inside 45 feet. This is looking much better.
Yeah. Still.
You test her. That was not a gimme.
That's the range. But definitely shorter than the last one. The last one on the high rise, too. I mean, jeez, Ezra. Taking it personal.
And Chris, this is not good, I don't think.
Pulled it a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
You can't get lucky in there.
Chris is just, he's got to look. He's got to Not a good look.
That doesn't look good.
No. I mean,
It's a good bid.
bogey on 9, par on 10, a par on 11 in some ways. Feels like a bogey. It's stalling out right now. Gannon making the correction from moving day Saturday, and this time nails it, and he has got all the momentum on his side.
God, when you putt like that, it's always on your side, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd feel fast.
Ezra, after the ace run, he's got this coming back, and first birdie we've seen from Ezra in a little while. Maybe going to the knee there. Looks like there might be some ceiling issues.
Hmm.
And a good solid delivery.
There we go.
Chris losing a stroke to the card here. 3 birdies and the lone par for Dickerson as he stays at 18 under. Taking a look at that leaderboard now, he is 2 back of the pace set by Barela, Heimberg, and Buhr at 19. A few other players tied with Chris now at 18 under. On to hole 12, par 4, 618-foot uphill tee shot. Very tight tee. You got to get out there. You got to get left. The more left you get, the better angle it is getting around this incredibly tight corner turnaround. You really want to hug that second shot as tight as you can to that tree line. Otherwise, you're going to be finding your second shot somewhere near the back edge of the circle, putting downhill. And it's a pretty scary putt from the top of the hill. So much confidence with this young fella here. Beautiful drive, way left, way up the fairway.
I like that he turns it over a little bit, makes the gap a lot bigger. You got to have an overstable enough driver, though. This is turned over. See, and that's why you got to have the overstable. I wish I could have just caddied for him right there and gave him a slower disc because he doesn't need all the distance. His sidearm's so big, he just gets out the back and he can get there.
It's like almost just like throw a flick roller out of the gap and then just go big hyzer.
Yeah.
Ezra up there with Gannon's drive. Those are both in the elite category for placement off this tee.
It is, but you see how Ezra's throwing straight hyzer out of there?
Yeah.
And Chris, they're making that shot tougher. Like the way that Gannon did it, he manipulated the gap in a way that made it a lot bigger. And so did AB. AB's just went too far right. This is just awful.
What has he got from here?
A thumber?
Yeah, thumber. He's got to look for the birdie. That's disgusting.
He's got a big thumber, too, in case you didn't know.
I had never really seen him throw a thumber.
Me neither. But in case you didn't know.
Now I do, I guess.
Yeah.
Chris going roller. This is pushing too long. It's going to curl, but that's just not in time. That's way deep. Chris looking a little out of sorts at the moment. Ezra perfectly tight around the corner. That's just ideal. To get closer to the pin, you probably were too close to the tree line for comfort, but you'll take it if you can get it. This is going to be flirting with that edge. And that, that's almost exactly where I landed. That is not good. Makeable, but not where you want to be.
Now that could have been special.
What a absolute steal of a birdie that would have been for our leader.
It's a great par save. Honestly.
Yeah. He almost just hitting cage for the birdie after that tee shot. That's just... Look at what Gannon's got to deal with here. Does he have space to get a swing? with the amount of pace that he likes, I think he can get this in. Missed opportunity after that great drive for Gannon, but Ezra does take advantage and gets the only birdie of the card, and just like that, getting 2 shots on our former leader Chris in just the last 2 holes. Ezra's on a good trend here.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately for Ezra, he's not chasing Dickerson anymore. He's chasing Anthony.
Would you consider that hole a hard hole? This is a hard hole.
Oh, for a player like me, yeah, I think this is a very tough hole. I think that it's
like the field. Is that a hard hole?
Not quite. Yeah, I don't think it really matters what I say, Paul. The stats say that it's the 3rd easiest hole in the course at a 3.65 average, which kind of blows my mind, makes me a little upset. But yeah, I think that it should be harder than it is.
Hole 13's tough. R4, 616 feet. These guys are going to be going over the wall of trees there to get in position, and then from there it's just a really tricky par 3. Really tricky down the hill, depending on how far you go. Soft between the gap.
If AP does anything like what he did on Saturday, he's going to have a putt.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get a putt here. A lefty could get a putt.
Yeah. See if the player that I like throwing the high shots the most does a good thing. He does a very good thing.
Wow, that is just blasted. Doesn't necessarily get closer to the hole, but I'm just saying that thing went.
You want to get hyzer over the tops of those trees, like get close to the thing. Yeah, just get over it. Oh, not quite high enough. Still fine. He's past the gap, which means it's fine.
Closest.
But yeah, if that's a foot higher and clears it, he's screaming down there.
That's blasted.
Yeah, all in all, 4 good tee shots. Chris will be up, and I think Gannon will probably be next. This is sitting out there at the 280 range. And Chris puts it in the bullseye.
That's so needed for him right there.
Yeah, it's been a long dry spell. Gannon, this is bringing this protective guardian into play and does connect.
You're just thinking miss that one.
Just miss it. It's in the perfect spot. Just dissecting that gap. And Ezra able to get past it. Oh my, rings up another shot for metal. This is a pretty touchy little approach, and Anthony just catching the outer limbs. And now he's got 38 feet. That one wasn't really even that close. It's just super simple.
Good catch, though. It's his left side coming down the hill and
really good catch, man.
Did its job, didn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Is that its job?
Yeah,
sometimes I forget, but that time it definitely did its catcher's mitt thing. That was nice. Ezra.
Back to putting well.
Yes,
he
is.
Like to see.
Yeah, he kind of lost the touch a little bit there on hole 8.
A little low.
Wow.
Up the hill.
And just after Gannon ties him at the lead at 20 under, AB with a horrible timing just terrible timing for the 3-putt. I mean, almost birdies the prior hole, being absolutely out of position, and then perfect drive on this hole, takes bogey. Wow. And there's the flip-flop. And there's the charge of the second card. Simon Lizotte and Calvin Heimberg making some moves. They are one shot back of our current leader here, Gannon Buhr. He now holds the fate of the tournament in his hands with just 5 holes to go onto hole 14, par 3, 375-foot, or as it's listed. It's really bothering me because I just know it's 345, but 375 as it's listed, so that's what these guys are probably trying to throw, but it's going to be a flex forehand for everyone outside this gap left with an overstable driver. Does it hang on? No, not quite.
It was a good shot. I mean, if it gets under that limb, probably really good.
Yeah, the only thing I was concerned about is did it have enough left pushing momentum to get around that last corner? This is not going to do that. And again, the ceiling getting in the way, you really have to bury this thing over with a low driver or really get it out wide early. Gannon really not able to do either, and neither is Ezra.
Be a good time for this guy to do it.
Yes, he can. He can tie Gannon now at 20. See how early that is? That's going to be an overstable disc. Does it get back enough? It's got a little mud stain on it, but he's going to be out in that 45, 50-foot range, and he just hasn't made him this round yet. Can he make it now? He certainly needs to. That's a little bit better action there for AB. Yeah, 28 feet away. See if he can make the adjustments on the putting green.
Tricky little approach.
Yeah.
Did well there.
Very well.
Gannon's got this little soft. Gonna give it a little bit. Nope. Oh, yeah. I think he did.
Maybe.
I mean, that had some zip on it.
And that's been his miss today, huh? It's been online. It's just been about 2 feet low.
It's tough to get those high enough down the hill.
Opportunity squandered right now. He's just throwing the disc well enough to give himself opportunity after opportunity, just not finishing the job.
It's kind of his MO.
It is. It's got to be frustrating because, man, yeah, I mean,
oh, it is. Oh, the thing is, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Anybody trying to win for the first time on tour, you're going to have tournaments like this where it's hard. It's hard to win. It just is.
There's just some players who come on the scene and they win early.
And often.
And you're like, you didn't have to go through the growing pains. And it's like, dude, whatever, man. It's
yeah,
like,
but the thing
there's
is,
a process to this. But then there's other players who, I mean, like take Matty O, for instance. I mean, he's been at it for a long time. And he's won hundreds of tournaments, just not at the elite level yet. On 215. Paul, you said it's your favorite hole in the course. Talk us through this one.
777-foot par 4. I mean, out of bounds all the way on the right-hand side the whole way. There's usually a right to left wind, which gives you this awesome hyzer around, and it also baits you into going a little bit too far to some guardians and keeping you out there. So you can take a big number. You can also go right down the middle for your first shot, which is super tough. You want to drift it from left to right. Keep it soft in the middle, and then the approach doesn't get any easier because it's a tunnel shot or over the top big shot with out of bounds on the whole left side or right side, pardon me.
Yeah, and that's off to the left side, which opens up a good second shot for Ezra. And I just like that little shot there of AB checking his scores right there. That's important because right now, as he's looking up, he's seeing one Simon Lizotte now in the lead at 21. No longer is first place at 20. Simon Lizotte has birdied every hole from 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. He's on a birdie streak right now. And just like that, not only is he in contention, he's currently got a 1-stroke lead.
Bro.
It's something he does. He likes to do these things where he does the good stuff. That is about 80 feet past that tree that's just in the way for about everyone else who throws hyzers. Yeah. That's a huge shot for Anthony. Big time clutch.
Yeah, this is a hole that can ruin your day.
It's so hard. Second most difficult hole in the course.
And what's cool about it is it's not the length that's getting you. It's two very technical shots.
And this left side over here is brutal. I mean, if you get caught up in this anywhere down the fairway, you can find yourself in a really tough scramble position. This is way too far left. Ezra trying to go the big hyzer play, not keeping it wide enough, and I think he's going to pay the price of not having a look at all for the birdie. Now, what is Anthony lining up? Is he going big hyzer as well?
Yeah. I think that's a smart play from here. If you have the distance, throw the stall high, spike hyzer. See if he gets it kind of, yeah. He's doing it. Go.
It's a little short, yeah.
It's great, though. That's a good spot here. I mean, I didn't see a lot of birdies on it.
Birdie? Heck yeah. You'll take that all day.
Solid upshot there.
And Chris out of the woods and out of danger now, but it's just going to be a par. And knowing that Simon's at 21, he's running out of holes right now. He's got 3 holes remaining. Without getting the birdie here for Ezra, that's making things very difficult for him. But Anthony knows he's got to make this with Gannon at 20. Oh, one of the better looking outside circle putts for him all day.
Center but high. I mean, what are you going to do? He knows that's the one.
Gannon slams in the par. So it's going to be 4 pars for the group.
Not bad for hole 15.
Just looking at the stats. I mean, this is crazy. This stands out to me. 28 birdies.
On this hole?
Yeah.
That's a lot of birdies. Check Simon out here on 17, has the lead. What can he do?
Look at all that green
with the lead?
Calling spike unorthodox play. Oh, just lawn dart. Oh, bullseye lawn dart with a spike hyzer, and that is 7 in a row now.
That's a lot of green, dude.
So the mark now is 22.
Out of nowhere, kind of.
Totally out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We weren't mentioning Simon's name. And James Proctor is at 20. Calvin Heimberg's at 20. Gannon Buhr is really the card's best chance at this point of pulling off a league card win.
And he's going to have to, depending on what Simon does on 18, he's going to have to go birdie them all from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, if Simon does birdie 18, then Gannon has to get 16.
That's what you got to be telling yourself right now.
Oh, totally, absolutely. I mean, everyone in the course in the world playing this hole in this field is thinking birdie on 16.
I'm saying birdie them all for Gannon. He's got to do that.
Yeah, and you can't look past this hole because you can miss this island. It's possible.
Yeah, you can.
It's not likely.
Yeah,
not for these guys playing at this level.
Go in.
Okay. Well, I mean, you certainly make things easier for yourself if you just get it done in one. And there's also that Gibson guitar still up for grabs. No one has aced the hole and collected on the bounty. And Chris keeping it low, but that is just fine.
High spike hyzer for... Oh, no, more of a stall hyzer here. I like that.
Can you do it? It's left side. So no aces this week on hole 16. And Ezra, that was not the prettiest putt stroke. He released his wrist out to the right side, but the stroke was good enough.
Tell us how many... It was obviously the easiest hole in the world, but how many birdies? Give me the number.
78% of the field birdied it. That's 86 players out of
That's awesome.
110. So quite a few. But
it's missable, though. That's like you said. It's
Yeah.
missable, but that's a lot of people not missing.
The problem is if you do miss it, the drop zone's tough. It's a scary putt. You can double bogey it quick. On to Simon. What does he do with his opportunity? He's going big. This is heading towards that not great spot, but gets through. If he landed in there, I don't think he can birdie, but now he's got this.
That's nice for him because he would prefer the backhand in, I feel like.
Totally. He's got a putter in hand.
Putter.
Oh, perfect. Just tap the metal. Why don't you, Simon? 8 birdies in a row. 8 birdies in a row to finish the tournament.
That's unreal.
I think I heard his stat. It was his longest birdie streak since 2021. And his card just recognized what they just saw was special. 23 under. That's the mark now. And these guys, they're hearing that applause.
And got there quick, so quick.
And that means 2 things. Gannon's got a birdie out, or Anthony and Chris have to birdie and eagle.
Why disc golf? It's the people. It's fun.
It's the lucky shots.
It's the feeling.
So come out.
Grab a disc.
Or 2, and let it fly with Lone Star Disc.
To be honest with you, Paul, I was thinking this was the hole that I thought somebody was going to ace. And I just think that when you have a blind shot around a corner that's at that stock hyzer distance, it's not like you're trying to lay up. You're just spiking a sidearm in, and it very easily could go in.
Yeah.
And if it does, for either Anthony or Chris, that gives them an opportunity to birdie on 18 and tie Simon.
Ezra could go eagle.
And he's not going to do any of that. This is out of bounds and never crossed in. That is just uncharacteristic.
Huge shot here.
Very, very big shot.
Kind of like it.
Yeah, I do too. Sit.
Yep.
What did that?
Down slope.
You know what? I think he hit the former FPO tee pad for the old 18. There's a little spot over there that's got hard packed. Everything else is soft mud. All the hyzers you see coming to this green go hands up, goo town. That one just hit the worst spot for Gannon, skips OB. And Simon's watching that and just thinking, oh my God, did I just do it again? Because right now, it's up to these guys getting an eagle.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Go in.
Oh, that was so close. Oh my God, that is so close.
That was so good.
Oh my, how close was it?
He almost called it.
I felt it in my bones that somebody was going to ace this hole this week. And look how close it was. Man. AB wants it so bad. You can just tell. Ezra going flex and catching that last bit. He's going to have outside C1 now, and this is for the bogey.
Oh, no.
You gotta be kidding me. He could barely stand up where he was. Now it's even worse. It's just one. Unfortunately, I've been having one of these holes of tournament lately. It's been holding me back from playing well, and it just happened so quick. Missing that putt for double. It's going to be a triple bogey for Ezra, but really this is the important one. Wow. I mean, wow. Triple bogey, and then a couple of birdies for our lead group here. This is a hole you have to birdie coming in.
It's tricky, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Tricky
clearly
one.
we just saw why.
It's the 5th hardest hole on the course. It's not a gimme. Just
Well,
not.
That stat is definitely being thrown off quite a bit there with the triple bogey that we just saw from Ezra, but
He's
that
on the
was
lead card.
heartbreaking.
Of course he's going to throw it off.
yeah. Man.
Got one of the good ones.
Well, now there's only 2 players in the field that can potentially do something crazy. I mean, the Holy Shot 2.0, it would require something absolutely incredible. And the problem with that on 18 is that the ceiling doesn't really allow for like a really good certified run. I mean, there's places where you could, but it's going to require a very accurate and long tee shot for both Anthony and Chris to find themselves in a spot where they can get aggressive.
At least we get to see how far Anthony can throw.
Oh, I don't think he's going to lay up at one bit. Should be pretty exciting. And Chris, I mean, as slow as a day as this has been for him, still being right there, tied for second. He's had so many opportunities.
Yeah.
He's played a great event, but I'm sure he's frustrated right now. But he's still got one last opportunity, and here is Anthony's drive. There's no way that disc still has a stamp on top. There's no way he hasn't thrown the stamp off that disc by now.
Did he throw it in a bad spot, though?
I don't quite know. I guess we're going to have to...
Looked like that tree could be right in his way.
And look at Gannon just going even higher than AB. Look at the movement on that, man. That is just fun to watch fly.
Yeah.
That is a great tee shot.
I don't think any of them are going to have as much on it as this one is, though.
Yeah.
With a triple.
Yeah. Something about getting a real honest triple bogey makes you just throw with kind of power that you didn't know you had. You find out what your true potential is in those moments. And look at this. This is an absolute layup. Chris wants no business in running the eagle. Content to play for second place.
I mean, what did he do from there?
Yeah, I mean, nothing, really. Honestly, there's not really much you can do.
I don't think he has a sidearm distance, too. I don't think you're getting around it because of that right tree. I think that's just all he kind of had.
Look at this. Oh, wow. That was huge. That was huge. All right, now this is it. This is for everything.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my gosh.
What a great angle of the gap. Oh,
He thought he had it. Oh, we got to have a replay. Yes.
Oh, totally. What a shot.
Oh.
Wow. What? I mean, hats off to you there, Anthony, for just giving it everything you got.
Yep.
And that kind of a fitting finish, honestly. I mean, just off the cage all day for Chris. Unfortunately, just couldn't get in the basket. And that right there means that putt for Anthony is for solo second. He had some struggles in places, but man, he has just been a fighter Ezra with the par. And there is your champion looking as these players are finishing up their round. So Chris will not repeat as the Music City Open champion this time, but we have another chase car champion, 3 consecutive events.
Music City Open presented by Lone Star Disc, MPO champion, Simon Lazant.
That's what I always say before the round, just take a deep breath and just let it happen. Like, my mind is always, if I try too hard, if I overthink shots or situations, then it can only go bad. So you just try to let go and just play, because at the end of the day, you just let it go, and after that, it's not in our control. Well, I never thought I was going to win, so I never really got that feeling that something's happening. Really, until I was done with 18 and I looked at the scores and I saw what happened to Gannon, and I was like, man, like, what? It doesn't make any sense. So, of course, you never really hope that bad things happen to your competitors, but it was a relief, and it was like, oh, wow, I can't believe this has happened again. New bag, new sponsor, huge shout out, of course, MVP, power grip, grip equipment. The support is unreal. I couldn't ask for anything better right now, and I can't believe 3rd attempt of the year, I'm back. Shout out to Nick Carl, who was my caddy all weekend. I stayed with him. We talked through every hole, every shot. He helped me so much on the course, and I honestly don't think I would have won without him. So thank you, Nick. And thanks to the wife at home holding it down with the baby. Miss you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
So hard to root for Simon, you know? Just tough guy to like. And the cool thing about him winning that guitar, sweet trophy, by the way, is he can actually rip.
Yeah,
on the
he's
guitar.
good. He's very good.
Not just
musician.
talented with the frisbee stuff. He's
Absolutely.
musically inclined. Wow. Another
8 birdies in a row for Simon. I mean, that's crazy. He ties the course record. That's what you got to do nowadays to get the win.
Right.
It's going to be so close. Obviously, so far this season, at the top 3 cards, if you get that fire emoji next to your name, it's a pretty good chance that you're going to be the champion at the end, and that's what he did. Deserves it, man. We saw the lead card kind of struggle the whole time, and when you struggle, it's not going to get the job done.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
You can't really coast your way to victory anymore, and you know that's just the name of the game. And wow, look at these scores going down the board. Every event is just 1 or 2 strokes is the difference between 10 placements. It seems like we're a quarter of the way through the season, Paul. It's kind of happening pretty quick.
Yep.
And 75% of those events, we've had a chase card champion. Maybe we'll be able to bring you guys the action of the winner at one of these events. Who knows? But for Paul Ulibarri, I'm Jeremy Koling. That's going to wrap it up for us here in Nashville. We're going to see you guys in a couple weeks in Appling, Georgia for the first major of the year, the Champions Cup. Until then, see you next time. Go throw some birdies.